Let's start. The Supreme Court of India on December 15, 2025 took a significant step toward addressing systematic discrimination within the criminal justice system. A bench comprising Justice J.B. Padriwala and Justice K.V. Viswanathan heard an interlocutory application filed by the Criminal Justice and Police Accountability Project. The application was submitted in the ongoing suo motu writ petition titled in reference discrimination inside prisons in India. The petition seeks to examine and rectify discriminatory practices embedded in prison and police regulations across various states. The application specifically challenged provisions of the Madhya Pradesh S.S. Evam Bandigar Odhiniyam 2024 and the Madhya Pradesh Police Regulations 1937. The petitioners argued that these provisions were unconstitutional and violated the principles laid down in the Supreme Court's earlier judgment in Sukarna Santha versus Union of India. They contended that the laws disproportionately targeted marginalized communities including scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and minority groups, thereby perpetuating structural inequality. The bench issued notice to the state of Madhya Pradesh and the Union of India seeking their response to the allegations. The court emphasized that any law or regulation that results in discriminatory treatment of prisoners or detainees must be scrutinized under the lens of Article 14 and Article 21 of the Constitution. The bench observed that the right to equality and the right to life and personal liberty are sacrosanct and cannot be compromised by archaic or prejudiced legal provisions. The petitioner highlighted several problematic clauses in the prison law, including differential treatment based on caste and religion, arbitrary classification or prisoners, and lack of transparency in parole and remission procedures. They also pointed out that the police regulations allowed for disproportionate surveillance and preventive detention of individuals from marginalized backgrounds, often without sufficient cause or judicial oversight. Justice Padriwala remarked that the Constitution does not permit discrimination in any form, especially when it affects the liberty and dignity of individuals. He stated that the criminal justice system must evolve to reflect the values of inclusivity, fairness, and human rights. Justice Viswanathan added that the judiciary has a duty to ensure that laws do not become instruments of oppression, particularly against those who lack the means to defend themselves. The court referred to its landmark judgment in Sukarna Santha versus Union of India, where it had held that prison reforms must be guided by constitutional morality and international human rights standards. In that case, the court had directed all states to review their prison manuals and eliminate provisions that enable discriminatory practices. The present application builds upon that precedent, urging the court to extend its scrutiny to police regulations as well. The petitioner submitted data and testimonies from affected individuals revealing patterns of abuse and neglect in Madhya Pradesh prisons. They cited instances where prisoners from scheduled caste were denied access to educational and vocational programs, subjected to harsher punishments, and segregated from other inmates. They also presented evidence of biased policing where individuals are from minority communities were more likely to be stopped, searched, and detained without cause. Para. The bench expressed concern over these revelations and directed the state to submit a detailed affidavit explaining the rationale behind the challenged provisions. The court also asked the union government to clarify its position on the matter and indicate whether it intends to initiate reforms at the national level. The bench scheduled the next hearing for January 25, 2026 and instructed the parties to submit their responses by January 10th. Para. Legal experts have held the court's intervention as a crucial step toward dismantling institutional bias in the criminal justice system. They noted that the Madhya Pradesh laws are not isolated examples but reflect a broader pattern of discrimination that exists in various states. They urged the judiciary to adopt a proactive approach and mandate comprehensive reforms across the country. Para. The Supreme Court's decision to entertain the application and seek responses from the authorities signals its commitment to upholding constitutional values. It also reinforces the principle that justice must not only be done but must be seen to be done, especially for those who have historically been denied equal treatment under the law. Para. The judgment is expected to have far-reaching implications for prison administration and policing in India. In the court strikes down the discriminatory provision, it could pave the way for uniform standards that prioritize human dignity and equality. It may also lead to the establishment of oversight mechanisms to monitor compliance and ensure accountability. Para. In conclusion, the Supreme Court's action in this case reflects its role as the guardian of constitutional rights. By addressing the concerns raised in the application, the court has reaffirmed its commitment to justice, fairness, and the rule of law. The outcome of this case will be closely watched by legal scholars, human rights activists, and policymakers, as it has the potential to reshape the contours of criminal justice in India. Stop. Thank you.